Welcome back to another very exciting episode of Modded Motors. Last week, you guys had a lot of question about what this brace does, so today we're going to answer what does bracing do, and we're going to install our 4-piece brace kit that we saw on moddedwear.com. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, hopefully it's informative, and if you're wondering if I fit in here, I definitely do not, so I'm going to get out. Here on our channel, we did not come up with the concept of bracing. If you guys go back and look at any other vehicle, they have strut braces. It's a very common thing. Other cars like Miatas have just bracing in general because they don't have a top, so they flex a little bit more. The Del Sols flex a lot. So bracing isn't a new concept here. It's not something we invented or we're the masters of. It's just a product that we offer. It's something that people like to do. If it's your thing, it's your thing. If not, not. I know we always spark debate on this channel. I don't know why, but we just do. So if this is not your thing, that's totally okay. If this is your thing, well, we got the product for you. You guys can see the 4-piece kit that we have available. Obviously, you will see this on the website as of today. This sells for $250 with shipping included. You will not see the rest of the kit because we haven't taken product shots of it and posted up on the website, so you won't see everything. If you wanted it, you can DM us directly and we can build you a custom order. We have everything in stock, as you guys can clearly see. There's a lot more in boxes way over there. They don't come in that red, they come in this dark gray gunmetal look. I thought that was a more neutral color when we got these made from the manufacturer. If you are a QV owner, you can only run this 2-piece kit back here. Unfortunately, these won't fit your chassis, so you can only run these two, which is still pretty cool and a lot more affordable. If you are a 2.0 all-wheel drive Q4 owner, you'll only be able to use this piece, and this piece back here. You won't be able to use this middle piece. And if you're a regular rear-wheel drive 2.0, you'll be able to use all of them all together. And we obviously have a rear-wheel drive 2.0, so we're going to be showing how to install pretty much everything today. The only thing we're not going to show you how to install is this one, because we already have a video. You guys can go watch that video. It's in the right-hand corner right up here. Pretty straightforward. Just kind of bolt these 4 points in. Today we really want to focus on the remainder of the bracing kit. As also, it does come with the hardware already here for what pieces that do need hardware. They're already provided for you, so you don't have to go out and find hardware. Before we get into the install, I want to show you how bracing works. And to do that, I'm going to use a little small tiny version of the Giulia. This is a Giulia GTAM. And actually, if you wanted to win one of these for free, costs you nothing, there is a green one of these that we're going to give away. Today's sponsor or supporter, if you will, is Diecast Vault on Instagram. You guys can go check him out. He sells these diecasts of a whole bunch of different cars, but he does have Giulias. If you want to win a green one, you can go ahead and win a green one by just following him. In the next 72 hours, once this video is posted, he is going to give one of these diecasts away. They're very cool, very detailed. You guys can see the GTAM front end. It has the side skirts, the obvious 50mm extended fenders, the nice diffuser, if you guys can see that. Big spoiler. They even got the center lock wheels down, so he has these for sale. You can buy them from him, or you can get entered to win for free. He's a fellow Alfa owner, so go support a small business, just like you guys support us. Go support him, and we really appreciate David. He's the owner, and he's bought a lot of stuff from the Moddedwear website, so we wanted to kind of give him some space to kind of give his products some screen time, because he's obviously supported us significantly through our Moddedwear business. So truly appreciate you, David. And while we're using this demonstration, because it's hard to get under the car, I try to get under there, the lighting isn't the best, I'm going to try to explain to you bracing before we get into the install, because I know there's going to be a lot of you guys who are still confused, right? So the X brace that we have back there, we have a front brace, a mid brace, pretty much a brace that goes over the trans, and a rear brace. If you look at a car when you're driving, because it's metal, it's supposed to flex. That's the concept here. So where it typically flexes the most is usually in dead space. Dead space is considered pretty much like all the cockpit, where the engine is, where the trans is kind of tunneled out, where the axles are. This is all dead space, so the car flexes in high maneuvering. High speed turning, your car is supposed to flex. That's the concept of metal, especially in those dead spaces. So the bracing that we're going to be installing today on this Giulia, one portion is going to be right here, right underneath the trans, really near the exhaust. One's going to be right in the back, one's going to be towards the front, and then obviously we have the strut bars that go up front. I'm going to try to show you guys on a bigger scale model of kind of what bracing does, but essentially you're kind of bracing all the dead points, so kind of the car turns a little bit more direct and it feels a little bit more responsive, if that makes sense. And if you're following along, appreciate you. If you don't care about this, you guys can skip to the install, whichever you prefer. I already drew on it once, but the video didn't come out, so we're gonna do it again. All right, so let's start with the top of the car. The brace that we have installed, I'm using my Super because it's a lot bigger and it's a little bit easier to see on camera. But the strut braces, like I said, are really well known. I mean, it's even in the freaking toy car. So this is the strut brace. So technically the engine is a dead space. So connecting the two struts, especially connecting into the struts, should give you a more direct response. It should feel more direct. That's really the concept of a strut brace, and that's why they sell them for almost every single car, right? In the back here, you guys can see that there's actually a whole roll cage in here. The GTAM has a roll cage, so I mean, bracing works. The GTAM has it. And the Giulia that we put the X brace yesterday, I kind of mentioned, I lightly touched on it, but BAF Motorsports actually has a university that's showing the effects of their K brace. So that X brace is taking up the, obviously bracing up that dead space. They say that it goes up to 18%, whether you believe that or not. That's the fact that they're coming with from the university studies. It reduces body displacement by up to 18%. And so what our bracing does is obviously that strut up there that we have. I'm gonna try to draw it on here as best as I possibly can. So the rear is actually gonna be like something right back here. If you guys can see it already on the car, it's bracing this rear. So when you turn, this is all a dead point where the axles are and everything. So this is, it bolts into one side, bolts into the other side, and it braces this back bar to bolt into the dead space. So again, more direct feel. So you already have the back and you have the front. The trans tunnel, there's already a brace here. The brace that we provide is a little bit thicker of a metal, and we'll kind of show you guys when we're underneath the car, but that one goes right about here. So it uses factory bolt holes, and it's just a replacement piece. That front piece up here, now we on our car, it braces kind of like right here, and across, if you will. I know it's not coming out right, but it braces kind of like an H, if you will. This is all a dead space right here, so when you bolt it into the chassis up here, and up here, it's pretty much bracing all those 4 points. So when you brace the front, the top, middle, the middle, and the rear, all of it, when you turn, is supposed to give you a more direct feel. That's literally the concept of the bracing. Again, they have bracing kits for almost every single application of cars you can think of. A lot of these are using factory holes. So again, I feel like it works. Just the strut bar alone feels very responsive. I've gotten a lot of feedback for the remainder of the kit, people saying that it really works and it's really responsive, hence why we're selling it on our website. I know that the strut bar, in my opinion, works. That's why we have a way more volume of that than we do of the entire kit. But yes, the bracing, in my opinion, works. You can always test it out yourself, try it out, but I find value in it, and that's why we offer it. We don't offer anything on Motorwear that we don't find value in, and we find value in this product. Alrighty, I got this thing up on here pretty ghetto. That's a tire underneath my back wheels. But anyways, this in theory is how the kit is supposed to go. This kit goes right up here. This piece goes where that piece, it's a replacement piece, and that piece goes in the very back. And I'm gonna try to record it as best as I humanly can. Take this piece off here. This is a 13 mil, by the way. See the thickness of this? How thick it is? Doubled up. Versus this little brittle piece. If you guys are looking underneath, this is the hollow points that I was talking about. You see where the axles and everything are back there. That's the hollow point. This all right here is a hollow point. So this is technically bracing already. This is OEM bracing. So it goes right here, but obviously it's a little bit thinner, not as well developed. The piece that you're buying, and again, this works for QV owners too, is a nice thicker piece right here in the center. And again, it comes with its own bolts. When we're talking about the bracing aspect of it, you want thicker, stiffer. Thicker and stiffer, if you will. Alrighty, we're gonna use the OEM, the bolt that it comes with. And then to tighten them, they're gonna be a 12. The bolts that it comes with are 12. I know some of you guys really care about weight, so eventually I will get the weight to all these pieces so you know exactly what everything weighs. Okay, I had to go get an E16 because I didn't have one. What's really nice is Alfa, I'm assuming this is for the QV, but the bolts that you need to bolt into are right behind here. A little rusty. Yuck. But look at, they're just taped off. which I think is kind of funny. So there's that for you. Both bolts are right here. You do have to, I don't have a little clip of it, but you have to cut a hole. I'm assuming you can just run no liner if you wanted to, but I'm gonna still run mine. I'm just gonna cut a hole. Probably not the prettiest hole. I'm gonna cut a hole on this side, do the same steps and bolt it in, and we're done with this portion. I'll catch up once this side's cut and bolt is off. Alrighty, for those, once it's cut out, I already told you guys in the last video, I'm not the best with with cutting, but the bolts are in. Those are the OEM bolts. I don't know if you can see back there. Those are OEM, and then that sticker that we took off for that hole. And then we're just gonna align this one in. We have to loosen it a little bit, but basically these are the bolts that were provided part of the kit. Once you remove that sticker, these bolts fit in there. So I'm gonna just get everything tidied up and show you guys once I'm tightening up both sides. Alrighty, braces in. It's not going anywhere. A little tidbit of advice for this thing: do these bolts first loosely, and then come up to these bolts. Do better cutting. Don't do me. Alrighty, and the last two bolts already hit it with WD-40 are right over here and right over here. This bar should sit over the exhaust and kind of like this, but this should stiffen up the rear chassis of it, which I'm pretty excited about. So yeah, I'm gonna go get headed and installing that, and I am gonna push pause until all of these bolts are off, and this thing is getting installed. I don't know if you guys can see it, but that last piece is finally on. A little bit tidbit of advice: use a jack to support that brace and then get each bolt. If you take both off, that whole thing is obviously going to drop, so just be mindful of that. Because I wasn't so mindful of that, and I thought about it halfway in. So jack up that brace to kind of hold it in place, and do one side at a time. That's my tidbit of advice. We are fully braced up and ready to go, baby. One more time, we are going to be in Pennsylvania, Harrisburg, Pennsylvania this weekend. So if you're in that area, please come and join us. If you are not following us on Instagram, follow us on Instagram so we can tell you where we're going to be that Friday night. If we're not at the meet or we go somewhere, we can link up with you guys. If you see us in person, please say hi to us. We really want to talk to you guys. We really want, that's what we're going to be there for. We'll have some products on hand, so if you guys are interested, and we'll post on Modded Motors what products we'll have on hand with us. So if you guys wanted to buy something, if you wanted us to sign something, whatever you guys want, we truly appreciate you guys supporting us, and we're really thankful to Alfa Romeo Owner Club of PA and Carlisle event for even having us out. So yeah, we will see you guys.
Excited.
It's super cool. I feel you know, this is our first like invited invited out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've been invited places, but like, you know, it's like the first like to just meet you guys. It's kind of cool.
So I'm going, I don't know if you can see this, but I'm going back and forth, okay? Not trying to get pulled over, but also trying to show you guys. I mean, it feels great. It feels great. It feels like, so my bumper fell off my car. I think I'm more embarrassed than upset.
This is why you don't send a woman to do a man's job.
Shut up.
This is why husbands don't let their wives drive their car. No, I'm just kidding.
You're gonna get hit.
You don't believe how many times we've seen that in the Alfa Romeo Club. I let my wife drive my car today. All right, dog. All right. All right.
Relax,
It's not a McLaren, dog. Calm down.
Whoa.
Whoa, you're crazy, man. Wanted to tell you guys, don't believe everything you see online. This video is roughly to 12 to 15 minutes. The reality is it took us like the span of 3 days. Not because it was a hard job, we didn't have the right tools for certain things. We had to go buy tools. We didn't have all the way up to the right size, so we had to go back and buy more tools. I had scheduling conflicts. We were trying to still do stuff for the business. You know, life kicks in. So it took us way longer than, I mean, you can see my shirt changing in the videos. You know, and then once we get everything put together, Chris was supposed to go test this and kind of wiggle back and forth, and then loses the bumper. And so, like, you know, with that being said, it doesn't, I know we make it all glamorous and other people make it glamorous, but you know, things go wrong for us too. Thankfully, we're prepared for it. We have 2 other bumpers laying around. We have the GTAM one that we can put on. We have a QV one. That wasn't our QV one, thankfully, so we have a QV one we can still put on. But yeah. Things happen. Don't believe everything you see online, and we'll see you guys in PA. Appreciate you guys watching one of our videos. As I was going back to edit this, I just wanted to clarify, we didn't lose our bumper due to the install. We lost the bumper because I didn't go back and, you know, tap into those last 2 bolts. If you guys know, Alfa tabs are just notoriously known for breaking. So there was no tabs to install. And because we don't have a diffuser, there's nothing else to hold it into place. I've taken the car 100 miles per hour. I don't know what Crystal did when she was testing the car back and forth. But yeah, she lost it. So has nothing to do with the install or the products. Wanted to clarify that for those of you who had that question. If you guys haven't seen these on our websites already, we have these for sale on our website, and they are aluminum. They stick on with 3M tape. You just put it over your original gas cap, and that's how they work. And we also have some other stuff. Go check out Modern Wear, and yeah, that's it.